Mikey Garcia really could be the best fighter in boxing right now. Like, you could make, and I could make, a legitimate argument, a compelling one as well, to suggest that Mikey Garcia is easily pound for pound #1 in the world right now. It's strange, however, because his name is never brought up when discussing this pound for pound thing, right? There's 3 names or 4 names that seem to be brought up. Crawford, GGG, and Lomachenko, I guess, are the top 3. And Mikey Garcia's name never, ever gets a mention. Or at least I haven't heard it get a mention. This is a guy that's a 4-weight world champion. This is a guy that's unbeaten in 38 fights, 30 knockouts. His career was cut short because of the issues with Bob Arum. So in his prime, in 2014, 4 years ago, 26, in his prime, he was put on the shelf for 2.5 years. In his prime. And since he's come back, he hasn't fought duds. You know, the combined record of the guys he's faced is 113-4. 113 wins and 4 losses. That's the combined record of the guys that he has fought since he's come back from that long hiatus away from boxing. So he's not fighting duds here. But again, he still doesn't get the recognition. I think he gets the recognition from real hardcore boxing fans. I think that we understand and watch him and realize we have something special here. We have a guy that can punch, a guy that can box on the inside and outside, a guy that really is a student of the game. When you watch his interviews that he does with Ellie Sekbak, you really understand this guy knows boxing. He lives boxing. His brother, obviously, he's his trainer, former boxer himself. So it's a family of boxers, right? But again, I don't think he's got the recognition from casual boxing fans. And I thought he would. Especially after beating Adrien Broner. I thought once he gets through Broner, who obviously a lot of casual fans follow, I thought that would kind of raise his profile a bit. But it hasn't. What I'm fearful of, or what I'm scared of, is that he will now start chasing that. He will now start chasing those huge money fights. He'll start chasing the weights. He'll start chasing that recognition, and hence why he's called out Errol Spence. I think he knows that Errol Spence fight gets him that recognition. I think it's a dangerous fight for him, but again, a lot of boxers are doing this. They may be jumping up in weight. They're taking fights they shouldn't take because they want the money, obviously, and they want the recognition. Remember, Mikey Garcia was a guy that wanted the Miguel Cotto fight. He was asking actively. His name was actually, I think, one of the last 4 or 5 guys that Miguel Cotto was going to choose from. So he was close to getting Miguel Cotto fight. So he was going to go up from 135 all the way up to 154 for Cotto. That's how much he wants that recognition. He fights Robert Easter in a couple of weeks. And look, this isn't a disrespect to Robert Easter. I think has done really good things with his career. I really do. Everyone used to look at Robert Easter and think this is just Adrien Broner's side chick. No, he's a very, very good boxer. But boxing has levels, right? And unfortunately for Robert Easter, I think that he will find out that boxing does have levels. Robert Easter is unbeaten, although I do think he's lost a couple. I thought you could have scored the Richard Comey fight to Richard. I really do. I think it was a split decision. And some people think Fortuna won as well. I don't know about that, but some people think Fortuna won that fight. And again, that was a split decision. So that's the level I think Robert Easter's at. And that's a good level to be at. I just think that Mikey Garcia is a level way above that. I really do. I think he's a special talent. And I think every time he boxes, it's a privilege to watch how good a boxer he is. He isn't as flashy as Lomachenko. He isn't as flashy as that. He doesn't have that kind of walk you down, devastating knockout power that Gennady Golovkin has. And maybe he just isn't as good as a pure boxer as Terence Crawford. But I think he has a bit of every one of those fighters. I think he has a little bit of everything. And that's what makes him so good for me. But what do you guys think about this fight? Robert Easter versus Mikey Garcia. What next for Mikey Garcia? For me, it really has to be the Lomachenko fight, 135 pounds. That's the only fight that makes sense for me, and I think that's a special fight. It's a pay-per-view fight, without a doubt, and it's a fight that I want to say won't get the recognition and maybe the respect it deserves, but for us real fight fans, it's a fight that you can dream about, right? It really is that special. So hopefully that fight takes place next and not Errol Spence. I think Errol Spence at 147 is almost a suicide mission. I really do think jumping from Robert Easter 135 to Errol Spence 147 is a bit silly. But what do you guys think of Mikey Garcia? Do you think he is the best fighter on the planet right now? Where is he in your pound for pound? Surely he's in your top 4. Honestly, I can't think of anyone else above him apart from Loma, GGG and Terence. But if you do have anyone above him, please leave their name. Let me know who they are and why. But yeah, Mikey Garcia, for me, an argument can be made that he is the best boxer on planet Earth right now.